Hello there everybody, Swan92 aka Nightmare, and I'm hopped up on cold meds, so let's see how far I can get before I end up going to sleep. Also, kind of wondering how long it's gonna I wonder if I'm gonna get a copyright claim for that. But, I don't know. That song is just really good and catchy to listen to, honestly. So the name of the song is Amadeus, I believe, which, that's pretty good. Anyway, last up, oh! Next day protocol closed. Okay. Now I kind of get it. Okay. Last episode, we kind of got into some of the, actual choices, and, I really need to start paying a little bit more attention on that. So, I'm going to try to do that now. But now I believe we're back in Suzuha's perspective, I think. She felt dizzy. That's strange, Suzuha thought. She stopped moving. Since she was in the middle of the sidewalk, the other pedestrians looked irritated as they moved around her. She took a deep breath and waited for a moment, but she still felt dizzy. Actually, she was finding it difficult to stand. Was she hallucinating? Or was the whole world starting to get blurry? All the noise of the city around her suddenly felt very far away. It was like she was diving underwater. Is this the reading Steiner ability that Uncle Ocarina talked about? Was she starting to acquire it too? And then she realized how warm she felt. The truth hit her. She somehow managed to stagger back to the lab. It seemed she was worse off than she thought. She would have fallen to her knees right there. During the war and afterward, when she joined up with her dad's organization, she'd been hurt badly enough to go into a coma several times. Good God! But this was the first time something like this had happened since she became a time traveler. Oh yeah, last episode we also got chased by a guy who is absolutely fucking insane, and now he should be dead. She looked up to the second floor. The lights were on. She felt honestly relieved to know her dad was there. She walked up the stairs. The door was unlocked. She didn't have the energy to speak, so she tried to silently take off her shoes, and then she tripped. Thud. She fell forward. Itaru was in the room. He saw her and ran over. She rubbed her knee and tried to stand up, but staggered again and fell into Itaru's arms. When she heard those voices, Suzuha finally realized that Yuki and Mayuri were also in the room. She let her guard down, she realized. Yuki seemed unconcerned by Suzuha's obvious uneasiness. She walked over with a serious expression on her face. Yuki brushed her bangs aside and put her own forehead up against Suzuha's. Suzuha's heart started pounding. She had distant memories of her mother doing this before.
ひどい熱、大変だわ。
え
Daru put his big hand up to Suzuha's cheek as well.
あ、本当だ。
風邪かな。平気、こんなのすぐに治るから。
Sure about that?
無理すんなって。今すぐ横になるべきだろ、上皇。
Duh? That got a tip? An expression used to indicate something is up. Really? You gave a tip for duh?
そうですよ。それは分かってる。ちょっとだけ休ませてもらうよ。
Shit, I'm recording as I'm sick and apparently Suzuha is sick. Shit, I got Suzuha sick! Suzuha used the last of her energy to reach the sofa. She collapsed on top of it and closed her eyes. Calm down, she told herself.
マユシ、濡れタオル持ってくるね。橋田さん、鈴葉さんの着替えは？
こっち。みんなこの中に。あ、もちろん僕中を漁って、はあはあ、くんかとかしてないから。
Daru.
くだらないこと言ってると、風邪のウイルスを伝染させてやるよ、兄さん。
Suzuha kept her eyes shut as she complained.
適当に選んで着替えさせてあげても？
頼むよ。僕じゃそういうわけにもいかないから。
はい。
As she listened to the conversation going on around her, Suzuha felt a cold towel on her forehead.
どう？悪いね、まゆ姉さん。気にしないで。
僕ちょっと風邪薬買ってくるからしばらくやろう。
Good job, Daru.
いってらっしゃい。鈴葉さん、起きられますか？お兄さんが戻ってくる前に着替えだけ済ませてしまいましょう。
I mean, as long as you don't show anything, I'm fine. Then again, this is Steins Gate. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't do that. Suzuha opened her eyes. Yuki was standing over her and looking down.
いや、このままでいいよ。今までもそうしてきたし。
In fact, before Suzuha became a time traveler, there were many times when she'd been unable to rest, even if she was sick. Many times she wasn't able to change clothes or even lie down. Compared to that, this was a lot nicer.
ダメです。風邪は引き始めが肝心ですよ。でもじゃありません。早く脱いで。
No. I don't wanna. Yuki was a little more forceful than usual as she tried to take Suzuha's clothes off. Suzuha jumped up, surprised.
わかった。やるよ。自分でやる。汗びっしょり。まゆりちゃん、乾いたタオルはある？はい、これ。
Yuki took the towel that Mayuri had brought from the shower room and gently wiped the sweat off Suzuha's forehead and neck.
くすぐったい。少し我慢してください。子供じゃないんだから。けど、
Suzuha shook as she rubbed with the towel. She wasn't used to being touched, and this was the first time since she was very young that anyone had done this to her.
もういい。自分でやるってば。別に遠慮しなくても。遠慮とかじゃないから。
Suzuha grabbed the towel from Yuki. Trying her best to hide herself from the gaze of the other two, she took off her clothes and wiped away the sweat. Her face felt really hot. She didn't know if it was because of the fever or not, but she was finding it difficult to think straight.
これでいい？はい、よくできました。あとはこれを着てください。
She grabbed the new pair of underwear and clothes from Yuki, still trying to hide herself. She put them on. She lay back down on the sofa. Yuki put a blanket on her.
まゆりちゃん、このお部屋って洗濯機はないんだっけ？いつもそれで困るんだよ。まゆし、後でコインランドリーへ行ってくるね。そんなことまでしてくれなくていいってば。こういう時はお互い様ですよ。
Fair point.
そうだよ、すずさん。お腹は空いてます？何か食べられそうですか？
Suzuha looked at Yuki, then Mayuri, and was about to mumble another refusal, but in the end, she gave up and pulled the blanket up to her nose. This was really hard.
お腹はそんなに。でも薬を飲む前に食べておかないと。おかゆなんかどうかな。それいいね。
Ice porridge?
じゃあすぐに作りますから、ちゃんと寝ていてくださいね。
I don't know about that, but I've had rice pudding.
うん。
ただいまだお。
Oh, Itaru came back from the drugstore a while later.
疲れた。
He was really out of breath. He must have gone running there and back. Aw. You're only exhausted because you never exercised, she thought to herself. But for some reason, the sight of her exhausted father made her happy, and she quickly shook her head.
ご苦労様、ダルくん。これからおかゆ作るんだ。それを食べたら薬を飲ませてあげてください。
オキドキ。
Itaru walked over to Suzuha as he answered.
具合はどうなん？
よくない。
やっぱ疲れが溜まってたんだな。鈴葉が休んでるとこ見たことないし。
我ながら情けないよ。
Not really. I mean, I've kind of been there where stress has just been so extremely overwhelming. It just kind of makes you bedridden. I've been there.
ここにいない方がいいかもしれない。
え？
どこかで気が緩んでたんだ。父さんがいて、まゆ姉さんがいて、ルミ姉さんがいて、いつの間にか母さんまで。そのせいで時々任務を忘れそうになる。なんだかこの温かい時間がいつまでも続くんじゃないかって錯覚しそうになったり、このまま戦争なんて起きないんじゃないかってふと考えてしまったり、普通の女の子と同じような暮らしに憧れてしまいそうになったり。
それのどこが悪いって言うん？
When Daru spoke, his face was actually serious for once, and he was looking straight into Suzuha's eyes. It was the face of the father she knew so well, the man who was always there for her.
ここを出てどこへ行くつもりなんだよ。
それはマシンの中とか。
あんなところにずっといられるわけないだろ。
でも
あんなところに娘をずっと置いておけるわけないだろう。
とさ。
For a moment, Suzuha was about to cry. She squeezed the blanket as hard as she could to stop herself. Then...
おっと、なんかマジレスしちゃった。
Eh? Really? Net slang, the act of responding seriously to a post without joking around or posting memes. God, a terrible crime!
とにかく僕は可愛い子と一緒にいられるのが嬉しくて、こっそりハーハーしたりクンカクンカするのが楽しみなのだぜ。
Really?
特に風で汗まみれになってる女の子は大好物です。
やめて。
だったら早く直すといいよ。僕にハスハスされるのが嫌だったらね。
わかったよ。
I mean, I guess that's one way to motivate her to get her better. Suzuha whispered back a response and turned away from Hikaru and pulled the blanket closer.
もしかして今の僕の言葉でトラウマ解消しちゃった？好感度アップ？
バカなこと言ってると治ってからひどい目に遭わせるよ。
ブーツ履いてゴリゴリ踏んづけるとかそういう？
指と爪の間にいろいろ刺す。
Oh god, anything but that!
それだけはマジで勘弁してください。すみません。
She could smell the pleasant scent of Mayuri and Yuki's cooking from the kitchen.
なあ、鈴葉。そろそろ教えてくんないかな。毎日何をしに出かけてるん？僕にも手伝えることあるかもしんないし。
後で二人きりになったら話すよ。
あ、うん。それでもいいけど。
Oh, sorry about that.
まゆ姉さんには聞かせられない話なんだ。
Oh, it has to do with Kagari, doesn't it?
え？
Yeah. There was no way she could tell Mayuri. Three days later. That was pleasant. Suzuha was still sick. Yuki came over every day with Mayuri to check on her. Because of this, Suzuha was able to eat nutritious food, and her fever had gone down. Now all that was left was to get her strength back. But still, Yuki kept telling her she needed to lie down. This meant that, for better or for worse, Suzuha spent her whole day on the sofa, half asleep. Somewhere in her half-awake mind, she heard a terribly off-key tune. Since she also heard the sound of falling water, it was probably coming from the shower room.
これ何の歌だっけ？ねえ、母さん。
Suzuha had heard it when she was very young. Her mother had been singing it just like she was now. But what exactly the song was about, she just couldn't remember.
もう起きなきゃ。いつまでも寝てられない。
But even when she tried to open her eyes, they just wouldn't move. Her body must have needed more rest. Maybe Yuki was right, and she needed to lie down some more. She moaned and twisted slightly. When she did, the blanket fell to the floor. She didn't feel like she had the energy to pick it up. She could sense someone standing up from the desk where Itaru always used the PC. Whoever they were, they came over and put the blanket back on.
まゆ姉さんの匂い。
Weirdly, Mayuri always smelled good even when she wasn't using perfume. It was a slightly sweet smell, like a pale white flower. It was the scent that had held her all night, that distant day in the future when she'd lost her mother. Suzuha pulled her legs inside the blanket and grabbed onto her knees like a baby in the womb. Memories went in and out of her mind as she lay there half asleep.
ママは痛い思いとかしたのかな。苦しい思いとかしたのかな。
She suddenly remembered what Kaguri had said to her after they'd traveled through time. "2036, the day when she'd left. At the last second, Mayuri had looked at Suzuha and Kaguri inside the time machine and smiled. It was just like the gentle smile on Suzuha's mother's face. She had died protecting her daughter.
Suzu-san, 起こしちゃった？ちょっと前から起きてた。何か食べる？
After she said yes, Suzuha snapped back to reality. She was getting weaker. When she realized that, she forced her sick body off the sofa. Her head shook, and she had to stop herself from falling forward, but she grabbed the back of the sofa and managed to stand on her own 2 feet.
ダメだよ。そんな急に起きちゃう。もう平気。迷惑かけたね、まゆ姉さん。迷惑だなんて、そんなことないよ。
Mayuri went to the kitchen and turned on the burner underneath one of the pots. The sounds and smells of bubbling stew filled the whole lab. Mayuri mixed it with a ladle and stopped every once in a while to taste it. She turned toward Suzuha and smiled.
大成功だよ。まゆ姉さんが作ったの？ゆきさんのおかげでまゆしーの腕はめきめき上達しているのです。
That's good.
兄さんは？メイクインに行ったよ。その後はバイトなんだって。そっか。あ、ダルくんがいないからって夜出かけようとか思ってるでしょ。ダメだよ。平気。
You're not fine.
そういうこと言うとユキさんに叱ってもらっちゃうから。私がどうかしたの？
Oh! The curtain to the bathroom opened and Yuki came out. Her skin was just a little flush.
すずさんがね、寝ていてくれないのです。まあ、ダメですよ、すずはさん。あと1日、おとなしくしていること、いいですか
Hey, can't really backtalk your mom. I mean, future mom. Hard. Suzuha's answer was less than enthusiastic, but she gave in to Yuki's glare and sat back down on the sofa.
はい、そのまま横になって。わかったよ。
She pouted and slumped down on the sofa, then pulled a blanket on top of her. Suzuha was capable of talking back to Big Sis Mayu, but she would never be able to talk back to Yuki.
何？すずさんってそうしてると可愛いなーって思って。今の姿をダルくんに見せたらちょっと危ないかも。
You make a fair point.
そうだね。時々本当に兄弟なのかなって思うことあるし。気持ち悪いこと言うな。あれれ、すずはさん、もしかして照れてます？照れてなんかいない。本当に？ 当たり前だろ。なんで私が。と言いつつ照れてるすずさんってやっぱり可愛いね。
Suzuha, you're not gonna win this.
萌えだね、萌え。うるさいな。
Suzuha couldn't say anything, so she just had to turn away.
さてと、マヤシーはそろそろアルバイトに行かなきゃ。シチューは食べていかないの？アルバイトの帰りにもう一回ここに寄るつもりなんだ。その時に食べようかと思って。じゃあサラダか何か作っておいてあげる。一緒に食べて。ありがとう、ゆきさん。楽しみにしてるね。
Mayuri told Suzu one more time that she needed to keep lying down, then left for May Queen plus Neon Squared. Yuki went to the kitchen and added a few seasonings to the stew Mayuri made, then turned off the burner.
そうだ、鈴葉さん、汗かいてるでしょ。食事の前に体拭いておきましょうか。え、いいって言ってるじゃないか。
Yuki wanted to do stuff like that every day, and each time Suzu frantically refused.
シャワーは無理でもちゃんときれいにしておかなくちゃ。
He makes a fair point.
昨日も一昨日もやったんだからいいって。1週間や2週間くらい放っておいても死ぬわけじゃないし。1週間ってそんなのダメですダメです。
A week's kind of pushing it. No, it's really pushing it. Yuki hurried into the shower room.
あのさ、自分でできるから。そういうこと言う人に限っていつまでもやらないんですよね。
She makes a fair point.
そんなことダメです。
Yuki came back with a bowl filled with hot water and a towel. She could be stubborn when she got this way. Suzu had learned that well over the past 3 days. Yuki was just like the mother she remembered. She slowly and uneasily stood up. And then she took off her top, trying her best not to let Yuki see her skin.
女の子同士なんだからそんなに恥ずかしがらなくても構わないだろ別に。背中だけ私が拭いてあげますね。いい、子供じゃないんだからできる。でもちゃんと拭けないと思うし。いいってば。
I don't know. I can kind of break my arm just kind of able to wash my back quite easily. Then again, I don't know, twisting my arm the way I am doing right now kind of freaks people out when they see it. Yuki seemed a little shocked, but she quickly handed over the wet towel.
ごめんなさい。触られるのが嫌な人もいますよね。私こそ悪かった。大きな声出したりして。
This is a slightly awkward episode.
お湯テーブルの上に置いておきますから。夕飯の支度しちゃいます。
Yuki walked off dejected. Once Suzuha saw that she was focused on finishing the cooking, she slid behind the curtains into the back part of the room. She used the towel and wash bowl to wipe herself down. She couldn't let Yuki see her body. There were scars both old and new all over her, and burn marks that might never heal. To her, these wounds were like medals from the vicious battle she'd survived. She didn't care who saw them. She didn't want to let the mother who'd given birth to her, or rather, would give birth to her, see them. Especially not the dozens of pale white marks around her breasts.
母さん。
She still remembered that nightmarish day. The bullets which had killed her mother had lost their power as they passed through her organs, but still managed to dig into. When they did, they were covered in her mother's blood. Scars would probably never heal completely. To Suzuha, they were her mother's grave. Oh, God. She shook her head to try and get the nightmare out of her mind. She took her bottoms off too and then wiped herself clean all the way down to her toes. Then she put on a new pair of underwear. Only after she finished putting on her newly cleaned clothes that she felt human again. When she came back, Yuki was putting bowls filled with stew and salad onto the table. Their eyes met and an awkward silence filled the room.
できました。
Yuki broke the silence first.
ありがとう。どのくらい食べますか？いや、いいよ。それくらいは私がやる。
Suzuha put just enough stew and salad for her meal onto her own plate and then made a plate for Yuki as well.
すみません。いや、こっちこそ食事の用意なんてさせて悪い。具合が悪い時はお互い様と言ったはずですよ。食べ終わったらちゃんと薬も飲んでくださいね。うん。
The two sat on the sofa and filled their mouths with stew and salad. The stew had a mild, gentle flavor. It felt like something Mayuri would make. Oh!
随分上達したでしょ、まゆりちゃん。缶詰をただ温めただけとか、そういうわけじゃないんですよ。
Oh, this looks nice.
大したもんだね。鈴葉さんもやってみません？教えますよ。私はいいよ。柄じゃないし。そんなことないと思いますけど。まあ、いつかね。いつかっていう人は結局最後までやらないんですよ。
Again, she makes the same point, but it's a very fair point.
それ、さっきも似たようなこと言ってた。そうでしたっけ？
Yeah.
うん。
And then the conversation ceased for a time. Suzuha slurped down her stew. She had terrible manners and tried to come up with something to talk about. This time it was Suzuha's turn to break the silence. After what she just remembered, she couldn't bear to be silent around Yuki.
さっきの歌だけどさ、あれ、なんだっけ？歌？シャワールームで、ほら。もしかして歌ってました？私。
Kinda.
恥ずかしい。下手なのに歌うの好きだからつい口ずさんじゃうんですよね。別にうまい下手なんて気にしなくていいと思うけど、何の歌だったか思い出せなくてさ。実は私もなんですよ。え？印象的なところだけ覚えてるというか、子供の頃に流行った教育番組の歌か何かだとは思うんですけど。役に立てなくてすみません。鈴葉さんはいつ頃あの歌を？私も子供の時かな。その母さんがよく歌ってくれたよ。優しそうな人ですもんね、鈴葉さんのお母さん。うん。
The conversation flowed so naturally that she didn't think about how she responded.
え？
A second she realized what she said, and then she stared at her mother.
どうしました？私の母さん。どういうこと？どういうことって、おとといお見かけしまして。は？ですから、お とといここを訪ねていらしたんです。
What?
そんなバカな。
Huh?
お母さんが来たらおかしいんですか？だって。
There was no way she would say that her mother was right in front of her. Confused, she fell silent. Yuki, for her part, must have come to some conclusion about the reason for Suzuha's reaction. She started to stammer and fidget.
ごめんなさい。私何も知らなくて、もしかしてお母さんとの間に何か？いや、喧嘩をして家出してるとかそういうわけじゃ。今にして思えばなんか変ですよね。お母さんたら橋田さんには着替えや差し入れを持ってきていたのに、鈴葉さんには何も。
I just brought Hashida some food, a change of clothes. Did it say anything?
と、兄さんに着替え？差し入れ？
Huh?
はい。
Suzuha thought as hard as she could and finally reached an answer.
あ、そうか。
Yuki was talking about Hashida Itaru's mother. In other words, Suzuha's grandmother, whom she had never seen except in pictures. But since she told Yuki that she was Itaru's brother, it was natural that she make the wrong assumption.
どうしました？なんでもない。
No, to be fair, I kind of brain farted there, but maybe that's because of the meds. If Itaru had said even a word to her about it, this wouldn't have happened. How stupid. They'd have to give him a lecture later. While Suzuha was thinking about the talking to her dad was going to get, Yuki had already started to sympathize with her imagined plight.
鈴葉さん、私いつでも相談に乗りますからね。何でも話してくださいね。
For some reason, her eyes were starting to well up.
ありがとう。
Suzuha didn't know how to react to this, but she felt a little embarrassed.
やっぱり優しいんだな、母さんは。
Just like she'd told Itaru, this place was too comfortable. She was starting to imagine this life would continue forever. But setting this brief, happy time beyond the horizon of the world line was supposed to be Suzuha's mission. If she didn't, this world would be destroyed. Hey, now we're back in Dokabe's perspective, and faceless people! As I walked into the maid cafe, May Queen Plus Nayan 2, the cat-eared maids working there greeted me cheerfully. It was a weekday evening, so there were more open seats than usual.
Ah, 今日はマユリは？
マユシーならもうすぐ来るにゃ。あと30分くらい。
そっか。
Mayuri had been working here for a while now. Her maid name was Mayushi Nyanyan. She was a maid, she wore a long blonde wig and cat ears, and looked very different from her usual self. Damn it! I'm tired! My fucking mouse!
もう来てるかな？
いつもの席に。
Of course he is. I looked toward the back corner and saw a silhouette sitting next to the window while the sun at its back, with the sun at its back.
あと、今日は知り合いが一緒なんだ。メイドカフェ初心者なんで、俺とダルの話が終わるまで、ちょっと相手してもらってもいいか？
にゃにゃ、お知り合い、どちら様かにゃ？
おい、ヒアジョさん、こっち。
Oh, he brought Maho with him? I called to Maho. She was fidgeting outside the store, apparently unwilling to come in.
ポカリンが可愛い女
なに驚かなくてもいいだろう。
しかも背の高さから見て小学生か中学生？
No, and I'm just gonna say this because that's what the game labeled it as. I assure you, she's actually a legal lolly.
違う。
信じられない。フェリスというものがありながら新しい恋人、新しいロリ恋人を作るにゃんて。
違うって。彼女はアメリカの大学から研究のために。
これはもう円卓会議で糾弾するしかないにゃ。
Oh dear God.
人の話を聞いてくれ。
一体何の話をしているのかしら。
Maho had finally made it inside, and she was staring at me and Ferris with suspicious eyes. Gone with Maho to the police to talk about the attack again. After that, we both realized we hadn't eaten, so I'd brought her here. Ferris stood up to her full height, gave a cute little bow, and then did one of her cat-like poses.
おかえりになさいませ、お嬢様。当店ではいらっしゃいませじゃなくておかえりなさいませというのにゃ。ああ、そういうことなのね。フェリスニャンニャンだにゃん。お嬢様、お名前は？ヒア城真帆よ。ヒア城というと沖縄のお嬢様かにゃ。あら、よく知ってるのね。いつも聞き返されるか間違えられるかのどっちかなのに、しかも沖縄の名前ということまで。
Well, she has a rich family, so...
当然だにゃ。フェイリスは3世代前の前世で琉球王国の彼方にある理想郷パイパディローマを守護する精霊だったんだにゃ。
Okay! Paipatiroma, a legendary island whose name written in kanji means the island between the shining summer waves. It is said to be even further south than Hataruma Island, the southernmost occupied island of Japan. In Okinawan, Pai means south, Pati means end, and Roma means coral reef. So, put it together, it means the southernmost coral reef. The Okinawan faith had always believed that beyond the sea lies a mythical utopia called Nirai Kanai, and Papaitiroma is believed to be a variant of this. Another explanation says that geographically it could refer to Taiwan or Lucent Island, but the truth of both theories is unknown. Another island in the Yayama Island chain, Yanaguni Island, has a belief in a legendary island called Haidonan. This shows how deeply the Nirai Kanai belief is embedded in this area. The kingdom that would later become modern Okinawa. The country had a long history that stretched over 4.5 centuries, and served as a major trading point in the Asian region. The capital was located in Naha at Shuri Castle. High-ranking noble families called Wikata built castles called Jusuku on top of mountains and hills, and ruled over their own local areas. In 1609, they were invaded by Satsuma province, and they were forced to pay tribute both to Satsuma and the Edo Shogunate. Even so, the kingdom was allowed to keep its independent status, but in 1879, the Restoration government forced it to hand over Shuri Castle, and it officially became a part of Japan. Religious rituals played an extremely important role in the life of the kingdom of Ryukyu. These rituals were held by priestesses called Noru.
そう、あの頃、フェイリスたち精霊の声はノロを通じて人々に届き、王国を正しい姿へと導いていたのにゃ。
Okabe, what the hell is this cat talking about? Festivals and religious rituals played an important role in Okinawan life, and it's always the job of a woman to lead them. This school of thought that says it's the woman that speaks with the gods is one found all around the world. During the time when Okinawa was still its own independent kingdom, the royal government specifically designated priestesses called Noru, who had greater authority than even high-ranking nobles. The most important of them, the Kikue no Ukimi, the great lady who hears and prospers, was second in rank only to the king, and her influence extended even into politics and judicial matters. Since the Nori were an official rank of the Okinawan kingdom, their only remnants, now that the kingdom is gone, are a few of their descendants. Thus, it is civilian priestesses and spiritualists called Yuta that perform modern ritual. Okay!
ところが荒ぶる怪人たちがパイパティローマに攻め込んできて、ついにフェイリスたちは
What the hell am I witnessing here?
ごめんなさい。この人は何を言っているの？
なんというか、秋葉で通じる特別な言語のようなものだな。
そうなの？
あまり考えると頭がパンクするぞ。
Don't think about it too much. You'll get a headache.
すでにパンクしそうなんだけれど。
とにかくしばらく待っててくれ。向こうに座ってる友達と話があるんだ。
I pointed to Daru, and when she saw him by the window, her eyes narrowed.
どうかした？
ずいぶん大きな人ね。
Yeah.
後で紹介するよ。少しは痩せるように言ってやってほしいな。
それじゃあ、マホニャン、お席へ案内するにゃ。
Another maid had just finished cleaning a table.
マホニャン？
That is your new name, Mahonyan.
かわいいにゃ。できれば普通に呼んでもらえないかしら。これが普通だにゃ。さあ、こちらへどうぞ、マホニャン。
That is your new normal, Mahonyan. Accept your new name. Maho remained dead silent as she was led to a seat near where Daru was sitting. I headed to Daru's table too. I sat across from him and ordered some coffee from a nearby maid.
見損なったぞオカリン。リア充爆発しろ。
フェイリスと同じようなこと言うなって違うんだよ。
何が違うんだ。あんな合法ロリコ。
Okay. I know I said it as a joke, but thank you for kind of just saying that. Thank you.
しかもすごく可愛いのになんだか垢抜けなくて残念な感じがたまらないよ。オカリンのくせに生意気だ。ぬふー。
そういうこと本人に言うなよ。怒ると怖いぞ。
Seriously, dude. It doesn't matter how big you are, she would probably wreck your shit. I glanced over at Maho, who was staring at the menu and trying her best to keep up with Ferris.
前に電話で話しただろ。襲われた時に一緒だったレスキネン教授の助手の。
そんなことはどうでもいいっつうの。問題はオカリンが僕を差し置いて可愛い女の子を連れ歩いているっつうことなのだぜ。
Wait, question. Can I talk to Amadeus? Oh, come on! You said I could talk to her anytime! I was lied to!
前もすればいいだろう。デートとか。
闇だとさらにできるようになったな、オカリン。
嫌味じゃない。ユキさんを誘ったらどうなんだ。
ぐぬぬん。
まさかまだ全然アプローチしてないのか。
いいんだ。僕は魔法使いになるんだから。
What? What? There's an urban legend that if a man is still a virgin past the age of 30, he becomes a wizard. It's also said that further training can make him into a fairy. Huh? Huh. 30, huh?
おいおい、それじゃまずいだろう。鈴葉が生まれてこなくなる。
それを言われると。
Yeah, he kinda got you there, dude.
ユキさんのこと嫌いじゃないんだろ。
そりゃ綺麗な人だし、 太ももとかうなじとかハーハーするけど。
やめないか変態。
Yeah, pervert.
変態じゃないよ。変態紳士だよ。
That's still a pervert!
どっちでもいい。俺は恋愛的な意味で言ってるんだ。
Dara leaned over the table and sipped his iced tea through a straw.
そう
Classy.
いうのよくわかんないんだよね。
って子供か。
今日のお前が言うなすればここですか？
We stared at one another. He was right. When it came to romance, I didn't really have the right to talk.
まあいいや。そういう話をしたくて呼んだわけじゃないし。
確かに。本題に入ってくれ。
うん。実はさ、話は2つあって。
Here, Dara stopped and casually looked around. There weren't many people in the cafe, and thanks to Ferris, there was no one sitting near us. As long as we didn't yell, there was no risk of being overheard. I realized that the old me's habits were coming back. Was it because I'd just gone through something out of a Hollywood movie?
まず1つ目な。マユシには内緒にしてほしいんだけど、人を探してるんだよ。
マユリに内緒？
うん。
なんで？
ああ、ちょっとね。
Ah. He seemed reluctant to speak.
オカリンってさ、マユシの幼なじみだろ？マユシの友達か知り合いで、カガリって名前の子知らない？
Ah, okay, so we don't actually get to see the conversation. We already just skipped to, like, she's already basically told Daru. Okay.
かがり？
Of course, I didn't know every single one of her friends, but I'd never heard that name.
いや、俺の知ってる限りは。
じゃあ、名前は置いといて、マユシと特別に仲の良かった女友達とかは？
そうだな。
There was a group of kids she used to play with in elementary school. I told Daru their names. Of course, he knew all her friends since high school. She was especially close to Fubuki and Kaede from her cosplay group, as well as Ferris and the other maids at May Queen plus Nyan Squared. There was also Luca, even if he wasn't a girl.
俺が答えられるのはこの程度だ。お前が知ってることと大して変わらない。すまないな。
いや、それでも十分だよ。助かった。
Daru took out his smartphone and wrote down the names of the girls I'd given him.
なんでマユリ本人に聞かないんだ？
まあ、いろいろあって。
というか、誰なんだ、かがりって。どうして誰がその人を
Daru was unconsciously tapping the table. He seemed to be deciding how best to explain it.
実は僕じゃなくて、鈴葉が探してるんだよね。
鈴葉が？なんで彼女がマユリの知り合いなんか？
No, wait. If Suzuha was involved.
それはつまり、マユリの未来に関係あるってことか。だから、マユリには言えない。
まあね。
Oh, it's the glasses.
その子の名前さ、椎名かがりって言うんだと。
椎名？
うん。
マユリの親戚か何かか？
Her daughter.
そうじゃない。いや、そうじゃないこともない。マユシの娘なんだってさ。
ああ。
He said it so naturally that I almost missed it. See, her daughter, huh? Her daughter. What does daughter mean again? Daughter. Mayuri's daughter.
マユリの娘。
声がでかいっつうの。
I swallowed my words as best I could.
本当なのかそれ。
ただ実の子供じゃないらしい。繊細孤児だったのを養子にしたとかなんとか。
Poor orphan. Couldn't even imagine what chain of events in the future would bring that about. But it sounded a lot like something Mayuri would do. Even in the worst world line, Mayuri would still know the joy of having a child. Maybe it was wrong, but that still made me feel a little better. But at the same time, I felt a little worried about whether she could raise a kid.
でも変じゃないか。なんでこの時代にマユリの娘が。
鈴葉と一緒に2036年から脱出してきたみたいなんだよ。
なんだって。
ところがさ、ミッションのために1998年の秋葉へ立ち寄って、そこではぐれちゃったって。鈴葉は必死になって探したんだけど見つからなかったらしい。
それで1998年に置いてきたのか。
探してる最中、タイムマシンが見つかりそうになったみたいで、かがりを残したままジャンプせざるを得なかったって言ってた。
Oh.
その後は数ヶ月単位の小さな移動を繰り返していろいろ手を尽くしたんだけど、2000年まで進んだところで燃料がギリギリになっちゃって。
で、本来のミッションを果たすために一気に2010年まで飛んだっていうことか。
I finished his sentence and Daru nodded.
けど鈴葉は今に来てからもまだ諦めずにずっと探し続けてるんだよね。つうことで、それとなく眉氏に聞いといてくれるかな。
俺が
10年ちょい前に自分と同じくらいの年の子が会いに来なかったかとか。
わかった。聞いてみるよ。
If I could find her, I wanted to. Adopted or not, she was the future Mayuri's daughter. I felt a little guilty about things with Suzuha. I wanted to help if I could. Just then, the maid brought my coffee. As I drank it, I looked over at Mahonya's seat. Clarice had barely left her alone for an instant.
それじゃあこれからパンケーキをさらに美味しくする魔法をかけるにゃ。魔法？
Oh no! A scientist versus a witch! Who would win?
さあ、マホニャもご一緒に。世界がやばいにゃ、陰謀にゃ。普通に食べさせてもらえないかしら。
No! You must commit to the magic words!
ここではこれが普通にゃ。ではどうぞ、召し上がれにゃ。いただきます。マホニャ、垂れるにゃ。蜂蜜が垂れちゃうにゃ。あら。もう赤ちゃんみたいだにゃ。赤ちゃん。
They looked like they were having a good time. That's good. I turned back to Daru.
一つ目の話は分かった。で、二つ目ってのは？
これオカリンに聞いていいもんか迷ったんだけど。
なんだ、水臭いな。
やっぱやめた方がいいかな。
He just mumbled to himself and didn't say anything. It was rare for Daru to hesitate like this.
言ってみろよ。答えたくないと思ったら拒否するから。
じゃあ。
His hand went for his smartphone. Oh. Huh? Fine?
It's about my secret job, so let's use this.
秘密のバイトというと
Daru cut me off and pointed at my phone. I guess he wanted me to use it. Was this something even more secret than what we just talked about? Secret job? Mean you're hacking?
Yeah, basically. It's not all illegal stuff, though. I make online systems for manufacturers and banks. Build and admin servers, you know, boring things like that. Oh, and I do virus analysis and make security software. There's data recovery, oh, and making new encryption tech, too.
Seriously? So, like a system engineer. Also, sorry if my Daru voice is kind of a... I'm trying not to make him sound, you know, I'm not trying to sound like that, but just kind of somewhat serious.
Nothing formal like that. But we've got a bit of a reputation. Our group gets jobs from all over the world. I call myself Dash.
What's that short for?
I can't tell you.
Why?
I just can't.
I don't think I can help you with that. Oh.
You were close to Makise Kurisu, right?
Huh? What do you mean?
I want some help with her. I've hit a dead end with this job I'm doing.
A job you're doing? What do you mean? Daru said that to me directly and was about to put away his phone.
待て待てここでやめられたら気になって夜も眠れなくなるだろう
でも
あんまり気を使うなよその方がかえって辛くなる
わかったお
He whispered and sent me another message on Rhine.
Someone brought in a laptop and a portable hard drive to us a while back. Both of them have really strong full disk encryption on them, and can't be booted without a password. Of course, you can't take the hard drive out and connect to another PC either. The client hit up a bunch of places with no luck, and finally came to us.
Is the encryption that strong? I've heard that even full disk encryption can be broken by a pro.
Not happening with this one. You know why? We were the ones who made it, baby.
Huh? You guys made it? Then you can't deal with it yourself?
I'm a believer that encryption needs to be a poison without an antidote, or there's no point.
So, you don't know how to break the code, even though you made it?
Exactly. If we can break it, then other hackers who are just as good as us can break it too, right? And that's no good. Duh.
I see.
And don't call me a super hacker.
I didn't! What's this got to do with Kurisu?
The laptop and hard drive belonged to... Makise Kurisu.
Why the dramatic reveal? So Kurisu's belongings? I wanted to ask Daru directly, but stopped myself.
Something seemed weird about the client, so I hit up the PC manufacturer's user registration database. How I did that as a secret, by the way. And I found that it was registered under her name. Same address, too. It's definitely her.
Who brought you the computer? Why would they have Kurisu's computer?
Sorry, the rules say I can't tell you that.
Were they Russian?
Huh? Nope. Why Russia? Nakabachi?
No. If they're not, then fine. So, what do you want me to do?
I want a hit, man. You know any words that Kurisu might use for her password? I can't brute force the password, so I have to do it the hard way. I've tried her birthdays, graduation dates and stuff, address and phones too. Not that I can imagine her picking them for a password. Also, any words commonly used in brain science are frequently used in her papers. I've got all that data. Now I'm trying stuff from her private life.
It felt like the grave of someone I cared about was being violated. What kind of words did I associate with Kurisu's private life anyway? Kure Gohan or Kamehameha? My fork? Or maybe something to do with her dad? Asshole? I tried to remember more about Kurisu, but when I did, I started to think about her last moments. I quickly shut down that train of thought.
悪い。少し時間をくれないか。すぐには考えがまとまらない。
うん、了解。何か思い出したらでいいから。それに強制じゃないし、思い出したけど教えたくないならそれでいい。
ああ。
I sighed and gulped down my cold coffee.
オカリン、今日ラボでクリスマスパーティーやるって言っておいたよね。ちゃんと覚えてる？
I'll leave that for the next episode. Very nice and very simple Santa outfit. You look very cute, Mayuri. Huh. Yeah. I like it. Okay. I've officially got to that point where the cold medicine is indeed starting to kick in. So I think that would be a very good place for us to end it. Also, timing wise, so guys, it's Christmas next episode, or I'm sorry, Christmas Eve next episode. Okay. How to bring that up to my hearing? I wonder. Kinda makes me wonder. Did Kaguri actually, like, interact with Mayuri when he was younger? Well, won't know anything until we ask Mayuri herself. Hey, do you know any girls named Kaguri that happen to look like Maki-say? I don't know. She probably would not remember, I would think, because if that was the case, the first moment that she would see Maki-say, she would immediately assume that's Kaguri. You know? Or maybe she really just doesn't remember. That, or maybe Kaguri was just, you know, disguised or something? That's also a possibility. But anyway, we'll find out next episode, hopefully when I feel a little bit better. So, if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. So thank you all so much for watching. This is actually a very, very tame episode. Kind of serious. Also, I tried to impersonate Daru, and I think I kind of totally did a terrible job. I don't know. Kind of makes me sound like I'm a little dumb, but I can try to sound serious, you know? Anyway, that's what I'm gonna end it. So if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. Fuck the world! I'm sorry. Wait, that's not what FTW means. I can't do it! I don't know internet speak!